Hey Ian, how's it going? Right, mate. I'm not doing a paranormal, not for a little while, because my DVR system's gone down. And, well, until I get a new one, my streams on the paranormal are going to be very limited, I'm afraid to say. I'll probably do one during a week, ghost hunting. Just do an EVP, ghost box, or something like that. Maybe a Ouija board, don't know yet. See how it goes. So, okay, I thought I'd do a little stream. If anyone knows how to do hangouts, I want to come in and have a chat, then feel free to. But the topic being is, where's the best places to go magnet fishing and the best spots? Right, well, I've been to, and if you do want to come on to the hangout, all you need is a microphone. Don't need to have webcam, you don't want to have webcam. But as long as you've got a microphone and I can hear you talk, then you can come on and I'll send you an invite. So, where is the best places to go magnet fishing and what kind of spots? Well, you know, you get quite a load of places. You've got your lakes, you've got your rivers, you've got your moats, you've got ponds, wells, private homes, I suppose. You know, they've got like little rivers and lakes, and if you can get permission to do those, you can do those. I find most of my stuff on rivers, actually, to be honest with you. Hi, carp and catfish. I find most of my stuff on rivers, like the River Wandle. You know, that's been a really good place for me, actually. You know, I found that little ganager, which I still have sitting next to me. That is on like a small magnet like this. So how that did not come off, I don't know. But it must have been, I think it was actually connected like that, actually, because there's more metal on that side than there was on that side. But it stuck on and I got it off quite easy. I've been getting these, whatever these are. I think this is just round, kind of like plates. I don't know what the hell they are for. If anyone's seen anything like this and they know what they are, can you tell me, please? I think they're just circular plates or something. Just wondering, they might be made for pistons or some kind of engine or something. I've got no idea. I've got quite a few, actually. I've got about 8, I think. I did actually find some bigger ones, but I didn't really want to bring them because I knew they were definitely plates. I thought one or two of these, like smaller ones, might be like old coins or might be medals or something. Because I think I've got a couple where they've got like a little clasp at the back of it. Now, I don't know, that could be rust or what. I am trying to find ways of cleaning these up, and the only way I can probably do it is through my tumbler. Now, the tumbler is an object that spins around on a motorized device. The tumbler is like a round kind of like tube with coverings on both sides, and what you do is you pull it in. Actually, I'll go and get it. I'll show you what it is. I'm not going to bring the whole actual thing in it. I'll just bring the actual box. Hello, cat. All right, let's go. So what you do is that you put, like with my coins, for instance, yeah, I've cleaned quite a lot of the coins up now. As you can see, all these, or practically most of these, have all come from the River Wandle. I say probably about a quarter have also come from like Clapham Common, from the Three Lakes up there. But most of these have come from the River Wandle, and there's a good couple of quid's worth of coins here, actually. Now, they still look a bit rusty, but they ain't as bad as they used to be, you know, because they were covered in pure thick rust. Now, as I say, I've got these from mostly from Common, and what I've done, I've got this like thing here, and what you do, you fill this half up with water, you put your coins in, you put some fine grit stuff inside it. It's the same kind of stuff you use for tumbling, you know, stones, to make your stones into like nice smooth stones and stuff like that. You can actually buy the tumbler kit on eBay. And what you do is you fill it up with water, you put your grit in, and then you put the top on, press it down really hard, make sure the bubbles and the airs come out, and you just tumble it for about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Depends on how rusty the coins are. You know, I'll check about an hour, and if it's still like, you know, really bad, then I'll put it on for about another half hour, check in half hour, then do another half hour. You know, I don't think I've done it more than 2.5 hours. So anyway, as I say, I actually got most of my coins from Clapham Common, and they are actually fishing lakes. They're not big, they're quite small, but that's where I got most of my coins from, and a few other bits and pieces, like pair of scissors. I've got, you saw my video yesterday, where I showed you what I got. All that was from the big fishing lake, okay, which is on Mitcham Common. Not Mitcham, on Clapham Common. Now, I'm the only one who's allowed to do magnet fishing on there at the present moment. So I know the guy. I've spoken to the guy a couple of times. I'm a permit holder on the common, and if you ain't got a permit, then you ain't going to be able to do it anyway. Even if it gives permission, because the bailies will come round and say, no, you ain't got a permit, fuck off. And they are actually lowering the actual membership down, because they went 1,000 over. So it's going to be very hard to get a permit on Clapham Common now. And they do actually well, I know that they want people more local. I'm only about 3 miles away from there, as a crow flies. So I'm okay. You know, I rang the guy up, I spoke to Ian, and he goes, yeah, go for it, mate. Go knock yourself out. It'll be interesting to find out what you do get. So I'm still yet to tell him what I have got, you know, kind of thing. But I'm going to tell you the most annoying things I do find in a minute. But I think the best places to actually do magnet fishing is on rivers, especially near bridges, you know. Now, I have seen people actually do a lot of magnet fishing under the bridges and not really pull much, you know, they haven't really pulled much out. Well, if you think about it, if someone's walking past and they want to dispose of something here, they're going to throw it over the bridge, and it's going to land like 20, 30 meters away from the bridge itself. Now, I suppose it depends on what way they've thrown it and what way the current's going. If the current's flowing down downstream, and they've thrown the item over on the left-hand side, and the water's coming downstream from the left-hand side, and wherever they throw it, it's going to be carried down, and probably will go under the bridge, but possibly in time will go under the bridge and further down the river. Now, if they throw it on the right-hand side of the bridge, and the current's coming down from the left-hand side, then when they throw it, although they might just throw it over the, you know, the bridge itself, it's going to move it along with the current in it. The current's going to move it down, pretty sure of it. And it depends on how strong the current is. Could be a mild current, could be very heavy current, you know, it could be like a fucking gushing waterfall or something, you know. So, you know, you've got to kind of consider, like, well, if someone's walking, you know, you go to the bridge and you look at the bridge, yeah, and you're saying, right, okay, now, if I was going to throw something over the bridge, what way is the current going? So you're going to kind of like see what way the current's flowing. And once you know the way the current's flowing, then all you've got to do is cast make it over the bridge and hope for the best that you're going to get something. And if you don't, all you got to do is, hopefully if there's a walkway, you can walk further down from the bridge and cast your making it in that way. and hopefully you'll get something that way. Because I can't see stuff, you know, which people threw over a bridge, for instance, yeah, and the current's coming from the left-hand side and they feel on the right-hand side and it's, you know, moving downstream. And there's no way something is going to come upstream when the current is going, you know, it's fucking knowledge is, I don't think it's ever going to, unless like, you know, suddenly like the current can change and go back up instead of going down. It's possibly, I don't know. A lot of the stuff I pulled out over the River Wandle has been in bridges. The musket balls, though, were nowhere near a bridge. And someone told me, I don't know if people believe in ghosts and spirits, but I do paranormal. And I spoke to a spirit who apparently used to work on the River Wandle before he died. He used to like clean up the River Wandle, and he told me that where I found those musket balls, there used to once be a crossover. And, you know, in the early, or before the Victorian times, when I used to use musket guns, rifles, people used to drop musket balls there. So that's a possibility. So, you know, I don't know if you believe in the paranormal, but I do the paranormal, and I do speak to spirits through the Ouija board, and that's what the spirit told me. And yeah, he said, like, you know, where I found the musket balls, there used to be a crossing there. Now, I know where I did find them. There's 3 like little mini tunnels under the actual concrete. So there's water coming from there. It could just be like water from people's homes, you know, when they flush the toilet. It could be sewage pipes coming under. I do not know. Again, sometime, and see what else I can get up there. But I've been up there about 3 times, and, you know, I kind of practically cleared that area. But, you know, it, again, you know, if the current's going down, it could be bringing more stuff down. It's like, you know, on the Thames. When you're on the Thames water, the current's coming in and it's bringing stuff in. And when it goes out, it takes stuff out. But hopefully there's going to be still stuff left on the actual sand part that you can actually go and, you know, check out. I'm hoping to do that Mudlarking, where it costs £75 for 3 years for a permit, and I can go and walk along the actual River Thames beach part when the water's out, of course, and, you know, check for any kind of like metal objects, pottery, anything, you know, old clay pipes, anything, you know. And I hope to do that soon. I've just got to try to get the money, but I need the money for them to do new DVR system first. Where is your pride, bro? Fishing around in dirt for carp? No, this ain't meant to do with carp. This is magnet fishing. Magnet fishing. Read the title, magnet fishing. And carp, you know, ain't going away about a magnet being chucked in the water. You know, okay, it's bigger than an actual kind of like weight. No, but I've seen people throw in like 3 or 4 different fucking rods with weights, you know, about, I say, a good 20, 30 ounces or so. So, you know, the fish ain't going to weigh about a fucking like magnet coming through, you know. Once the magnet falls in once and it interrupts their fishing, you know, where the fish are, they're going to move on. They're going to stay there. Unless, like, where the magnet is hitting the water, it's disturbing the actual mud in the water, and it's bringing up, you know, all that bacteria and particles, and the fish might just stay there and feed from it, you know. You know, I don't think magnet fishing is harming any fish whatsoever. So if you think that, then you're wrong, because I've never ever seen anyone on YouTube injure a fish. to you. So, you don't like me room? Tough shit. You know what? Go and check your own room out. See how messy your room is. Get arseholes like that. So, I've never ever seen anyone injure a fish while magnet fishing. Colonel Mustard. What? Sorry about that, guys. You do get idiots on here. So, another place you can try is like no fishing lakes, because people are always losing gear, tackle. You know, I found disgorgers, pen knife. I think on Clapham Common I found 4 pen knives now. The smallest one is like the size of my finger. Very small little pen knife. I found one the same day, which was yesterday actually. It's a bit like one of those Swiss knives, but it's not a proper Swiss knife. It's like a knockoff type of thing. And I found a couple of other pen knives in the same lake about a week or 2 ago, because I've been doing this like nearly 3-4 weeks now. So fishing lakes are pretty good, because like, you know, I'm going to tell you something, a little secret about fishing lakes in here, especially if you're magnet fishing, because I didn't realise this until someone called me over yesterday. Now, you think that people are going to drop things directly in front of you, yeah? Well, if someone's committed a crime, they want to get rid of it, you know, like a knife or a gun or a bag of money or jewelry or something, they're going to throw it as far as they can. Fair enough. Some people, when they're actually fishing, they tend to bend over and they've got stuff in their pockets, especially metal objects, and they, like, you know, secure the pocket. It falls out practically within about 2 or 3 yards in front of them, you know. So you're going to find stuff that way, yeah. And if you've got like a concrete bank like Clapham Common has, you can actually walk along that bank and just like drag your magnet along just on the inside of the water. So that's the, let's say that is the concrete slab there, yeah, the walkway, and here is the water. All you got to do is like walk along here and drag your magnet just along there, and I'm damn sure you're going to get some stuff. If it's like a concrete or even a wooden platform, you can get stuff. With lakes, if you've got like those little fishing piers, yeah. Now, best thing to do with a magnet is go around all 3 edges of the pier, and I'm guarantee you probably will get something here. But when I was walking along the actual bit yesterday, now I did do a video, but the video did not turn out properly. It got corrupted for some reason, and I couldn't upload it. But I was walking along the concrete footpath, and I'd actually been talking to this guy a little while before I started it, yeah, because he was float fishing. And as I was doing it, he goes, "Here, can you do us a favour?" I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "I've dropped something in the water. Wondering if you can get it for us with your magnet." So I thought, yeah, okay. Now, what it was, he's dropped this kind of like, I can't remember what they called. It's one of those like metal things you pierce through your like boilie and drag the lead through. He dropped one of those in there. Actually, he dropped 2 in apparently. So I said, "Whereabouts did you drop it?" He goes, "It just went down underneath the pier." I thought, I know I'm going to get it, mate. He goes, "Well, don't just swing the magnet under." So I said, "Yeah, okay, I'll give it a go." First attempt to swing under, I actually caught one of these like swivel things, you know, the ones you put the thing through the actual boilie. I actually caught one. My boy, I said, "Oh, I've got one." He's like, "It?" He goes, "Yeah, that's one of them." He goes, "Can you see if you can find the other one?" Because I said to him, like, "Are they like metal or are they plastic?" He goes, "No, they're definitely metal." So I said, "Okay, well, you know," and I threw it under. I got the first one, and I kept swinging it under, and I couldn't get nothing, you know, the second one. But did actually catch a good working pair of scissors. Now, that was actually underneath the pier. Now, I didn't go through pier to pier. I was more interested in walking along the actual concrete bit. That was the main goal of doing yesterday. So I went to Wimbledon Common, got blown out there. You know, they told me I had to speak to the council. Although, you know, I kind of ignored them and walked all the way around the other lake. Well, it's one big lake, but I walked all the way around. I had to walk through the golf course to get all the way around to it. I'm surprised no golfers stopped me and asked me what I was doing. I did see one golfer and he was like just doing a little bit of putting. I went, all right, mate. He goes, all right. He looked at me and just turned away and walked off. And I got to the end of the lake and there's like these fishing piers. And I got the magnet out and I threw it out once. Nothing but weed. And I'm sure I heard someone say, oi. I wasn't too sure because I did look over and there was someone opposite me. But, you know, it's like God knows how many meters away. I only just about heard him. So I thought, well, maybe he's a guy, you know, wondering what I'm doing. So I was looking at the water and it was quite clear. You could see what was there anyway, or just weed, you know. But there could have been stuff under the weed. So I gave a couple more quick chucks in. Didn't get nothing, so I packed it away. And I thought, well, you know, I don't want to get stopped. I don't want to get kicked off. You know, I want to do it the proper way. Ring up the council, try to get permission, and then go back there another time, yeah. So I decided what I was going to do is go up to Vauxhall. Now, I got away to Vauxhall Bridge, London, and the tide was in. And I cast out the old magnet a few times, and I wasn't getting nothing at all. Nothing. So I thought, well, that's a fucking another blowout. So I moved along the river, cast out every time, you know, every so often. And always getting like was little nails, you know, kind of shit. And I suppose, like, you know, those nails could even be hundreds of years old, but they weren't no interest in me. I just threw them back in. And then I got up to one of the parks up there. I'll keep fucking forgetting what the name of the park is. It's not Hyde Park, it's the other one. But anyway, I got to one of the parks and I got a big boating lake in there. And like, I didn't want to put the floating in the boating lake, but if you was able to get permission, I reckon that, you know, you might get some stuff there. You know, people's always dropping coins in, and when they're getting in there, they can drop stuff, you know. I'm pretty sure there might be stuff in there, but I walked away around so no one could see me, and I got to a part of the lake where I cast out. And the first time I cast out, I was getting like, you know, again, weed. And then I bought in one of those like little gas cylinders. And I thought, nah, this is a blowout as well, because again, you could see what was in the lake. Hardly anything. Just weed. So that was a blowout. So I decided, well, you know, screw this. I might as well go home. So as I left the park, I ended up on the river, and I just walked up the river a bit and cast out a few more times. Still weren't getting nothing. So I found a way of getting a bus to Clapham Common, and I got off at Clapham Common. I went across the road, and, you know, because the traffic had stopped because of the traffic lights. If I walked a bit further down, I would have done that stupid thing. So I walked across the road just so the lights went, and the motorbike zoomed off as the lights were changing. And he nearly knocked me over, and he goes, "You stupid fucking cunt." I went, "Slow down, you fucking arsehole." And I just carried on walking, and I found out exactly where I was on the common. Boating lake, which I had to go past anyway. I passed that, then I went past the small pond to see if no one was there. No one was there. So I went to the big lake, and that's where I was talking to the actual guy who lost his thing, which I found in those scissors. So fishing lakes are pretty good to go to if you can get permission. Because I'll be honest with you guys, if you're going to do lakes, you know, fishing lakes, and the bailey comes up to you and asks what the fuck you're doing, you probably might get kicked off and you might call the police and arrest you. I don't know. So it's always worth, you know, at least trying to get permission to do like fishing lakes. Rivers ain't so bad because, you know, if it's a river like the River Wandle, which is 14 kilometres, you ain't going to get bailies walking the whole 14 kilometres, I don't think. Now, I did get spoken to by, I think it's either the first time, yeah, I think it was the first time I was there, where I've got that little gun. Some guy came up and he's like the volunteer clearing up the rubbish. And I spoke to him and he goes, oh, that's a nice idea you've got there. What are you doing? I said, magnet fishing. I showed him what I pulled out and he goes, well, good on you, mate. He goes, about time someone else was helping to like clear the shit up around here. So I said, yeah, you know. So he left a few minutes later. I carried on. I'd bring a load of metal stuff in. I'd bring iron pipes, lead pipe, well, not lead pipes, but, you know, big bars of like iron, brackets, screws, nuts, bolts, all different shapes and sizes. You know, I had a great big pile of stuff there. Great big thick poles, you know, that size. And as I was doing this, the other guy came up to me. And he goes, hello, mate. He fucking nearly gave me a hernia, heart attack. He goes, oh, sorry, mate. He goes, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm doing some magnet fishing. He said, what's that? So I told him, explained to him. He goes, is that what you got out? I said, yeah. He goes, fucking hell, mate, you're doing a good job. He goes, I think we could do more people like you around here. So I said, well, you know, it's just like a little hobby, you know. I'm not breaking no law that I can think of. You know, I've got a fishing licence anyway, but don't need a fishing licence to throw a magnet in, so I'm not catching fish on a magnet. So he goes, oh, no. He goes, you're okay. I said, are you like a bailiff by any chance? He goes, yeah. Okay, you're doing this, aren't I? He goes, oh, yeah, carry on, mate. He goes, you're doing a fucking good job there. You know, you're pulling all that shit out. And yeah. So, like, you know, even if a bailiff does walk up to you and explain to him what you're doing, he'd probably be okay with it because he can see the shit that you're bringing out. Now, although the River Wandle goes through a park as well, you know, I did try the little park area when there weren't hardly anyone around. There wasn't nothing in it because I think they dredged that out quite a lot. You know, keep an eye on the fish there. So I didn't really bother with that bit. But there are like little bits of rivers that go off. There's even like a swamp area, wetlands they call it. And I threw the magnet in the wetland and nothing but, you know, all this horrible green gungy weed. And I thought, well, now I don't think there's anything being there, so I left that one. But, you know, the River Wandle has actually given me quite a good amount of stuff. You know, knives, the gun, musket balls, penknife, screwdriver, pliers, cutters, you know, all different kind of stuff. And same with the Clapham Common, you know, that's given me some good stuff, you know, 4 pen knives, coins, and I've also bought a lot of trash out as well. But those little gas cylinders are a pain because, like, what they do is that people buy them and they snort them, they snort in the air to get high. And the first time I done Clapham Common, I was told I could do the Boating Lake by one of the bailiffs. So I went and done the Boating Lake, and I pulled out about 40, between 40 and 50 of those bloody little gas cylinders in my first day there. You know, it's just like fucking ridiculous, man. And the thing is, like, there's bins all the way around that lake, and what they do is they just throw it in the lake. Now the thing is, they don't realise there's still gas in there, and that can pollute the water. That can kill fish, but they don't give a shit about that, do they? But the other place you can probably do is like little moats. You know, if you've got like an old castle and you've got a moat around it, get permission to do a moat because you don't know what could be in there. Could have like, if it's like a castle from, you know, 16th to the early 19th century, there was always fighting around, you know, knights, 3 knights, you know. England v Wales and Wales v Scotland and all that kind of stuff. And you might find swords and arrows and helmets, spears, all different types of stuff. But then you'll probably still find a lot of like more recent stuff as well. So moats is more of a chance that you will find something. You might find something good, you might find something bad. Anywhere you go to, really, I suppose, like, you know, anywhere you go, you're going to find something, whether it be old or more recent. With Wandle, you know, it was all recent stuff like nuts, bolts, spanners, screwdrivers, pliers, all like between, I think the oldest one is that Ganninger, which is like early Victorian or before Victorian, I suppose. Between, I say, 1920s to 1950s, possibly. Because I don't think anyone used a gun like this after the 1950s, you know. That could even be, say, 1920s to 1940s. I don't know. I still got to research it, actually. Yeah, but you also get all different kind of stuff. I pulled out a chain the other day from the lake, and it wasn't gold or silver, because maybe it doesn't touch gold and silver. There's a chain similar to this one. It's you know, but thicker. I pulled out the other day. I didn't keep it, but I was on the boating lake at Clapham Common, and I saw like a little jewellery box. I wonder if that's, you know, magnetised. And I threw the magnet out, and it wasn't like sticking to it. So I managed to get it in anyway by like flipping the rope over and throwing the magnet behind it and dragging it in. And I think, please let there be something in there. Please let there be something in there. Please, and I opened it, and all that was in there was bloody mud from the water from the lake. So, you know, there wasn't nothing in there. No jewellery, no coins, don't like that. But I do tend to like to find a lot of coins, you know, like with a Wandle, I found two little coin spills, one down near Abbey Mills and one over at Hatbridge. And both of them I've pulled out about 60p in change from both locations. So, you know, like every little penny counts, and I suppose every penny that does count, and I can build up, can get me yet again another magnet later on. So I want to get a 98 kilo one soon. But I want to get like one of those like stronger magnets. I forgot what they're called now. Midillion or whatever it's called. I want to get one of those ones because they're a lot stronger, more powerful, and I want to get one of those soon. You know, you could always go to places where, you know, like it had a lot of history. If you knew somewhere where it had like soldiers, you know, that were camped beside a river, you know, you could probably find ammunition, weapons, knives, that kind of stuff there. I'd like to find if there's any kind of like World War II prisoner camp, POW camp in the UK. So I know that they did have some prisoners of war camps in the UK when the Germans flew over and bombed us, you know, and they got shot down. They had to be fucking put somewhere. So maybe they had some like POW camps near rivers, and there's a possibility that they had to get those German prisoners to, like, you know, fetch water and stuff like that. There's a possibility. I'm not saying it had happened or has happened, but possibility it could have happened. You know, it's like castles, manor houses, what's got lakes or rivers or moats around near it. What else is there? No, you could even try the seaside, you know. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of stuff in the sea. You probably find, you know, a lot of like stuff you don't want, like bloody tin can pool lids, and probably like tins of like spam or ham or something, you know, lick the tops where people have gone down there and done some like sea fishing and used like ham and spam for like bait or something. But then you might find jewelry which can actually magnetize. The only thing is, gold and silver won't magnetize to a magnet, which is a shame. I wish there was something there that could actually magnetize gold and silver, because you know you could find shitload of stuff. Even when people were like sailing in like boats in parks, you know, especially when they put their hand in the water to feel the ripple effect, make them feel more happy. Just think of how many rings might have slipped off and they didn't realise until they got back on, you know, land and think, oh no, I've just lost my wedding ring or my engagement ring or whatever, you know. And then you got people who, you know, drops coins, you know, they might be bending over to get something from the water. They might have had loose change in their pockets and, you know, could have fallen down. Pocket watches, wristwatches. The only thing that I don't want to find, to be honest with you, is a bomb. I don't want to be going down to London and doing some magnet fishing and pulling out a fucking bomb. I've actually found bombs by doing metal detecting and, you know, magnet fishing, and they've had to like call the police, and they've had to evacuate, you know, part of that front of the River Thames, you know, because they've had to like get the bomb squad down. There's more metal detecting though on the beaches, on the shoreline, you know, when the water goes out. So it's surprising what you can find actually down on the Thames during that Mudlarkers, because like for £75 you get a 3-year license. Well, it's not like a license, it's like a permit, and that permit gives you permission to walk along the shore, you know, when the water goes out, and, you know, just go around looking for like articles, you know, like artifacts from the people found stuff from like the early 1400s, you know, like brooches and knives and military stuff, like, you know, helmets and those big chain things they used to wear, you know, as knights. You know, if you do a YouTube search on what people find on the Thames, it's kind of fascinating. So I've been watching quite a lot actually, especially the Mudlarkers videos. And I actually asked them, you know, a few questions like, I'm still waiting on a couple of replies actually saying like, if I signed up for the Mudlarkers permit next week, do I still get the 3 years or do I get 2.5 years? Because like they say, it's like it starts at the beginning of the year and it ends in 3 years or whatever. So if it starts at the beginning and I've applied at the middle, they still probably like stamp it as the beginning, so I'll lose like 6 months. But you know, 6 months ain't too long. It's like fishing when you go do a fishing license. I've done it and I've only had like 3 months left on my fishing license because I, you know, closed seasons and stuff like that. So I've lost money on that in one way. You know, with the Mudlarkers permit, you still got 2.5 years, and it'd be surprising what you can find in 2.5 years. Just like walking along the River Thames, you know, because you've got certain rules. Certain parts of the beach you can only like use your eyes and pick up what you see with your eyes. Another part of the beach you can only like use a little trail, your eyes and trail, do a bit of scraping. Another part of the beach you can only metal detect. Then there's another part of the beach where you can use your eyes, metal detect, and your little trail. So like, you know, it's kind of like awkward to understand. You know, you need to like read all the rules and regulations, what I will probably have to do if I apply for a permit, which I might do, I would like to go there because I've always wanted to get like a clay pipe, you know, a full clay pipe. I know you can buy them off eBay, but the thing is, you know, it's nice having one. Just, you know, it's like history, but it's even better if you find it yourself, you know, kind of thing. It's like any time you do find something with magnet fishing and that, you know, well, what are you going to do with it? Well, you can either keep it or sell it. Well, I keep most of my stuff. I've not sold one of my items yet, yeah, because it's history. I'm not a history buff, but it's interesting, you know, like these. Who made these? What factory made them? Who handled that particular item after it was made? What is it made for? Like, not in a proper shape. It's like one. While this one is more round. Is that coin? Well, it's quite heavy for a coin if it is. Could it be like a part of a medal? Could it be some kind of like token or something? I don't know because it's all rusted up and I can't tell what's on it, you know. And I'm trying to find different ways of actually cleaning these up. But I've not found a way to clean them up yet. You know, like it's gun. I've tried doing a little bit of research on it. I found a couple similar to it, but it'd be nice to find one similar to this and who manufactured it. What was it manufactured for? Was it like, you know, protection? Someone had it in his like little waistcoat pocket, and you know, it was gambling and found out someone's cheating, so he pulls it out and kills them. Does he use it for protection or what? You know, don't know. Even a female could have used this for protection. Lady of the night, prostitute, or a rich woman walking down the streets of like London, and she could have had this in a little purse. But what is it doing down on the River Wandle? In the older days, in the Victorian days, was that river wider? Did they have boating down there? Was someone down there and had one of these as a protection and then over and you fell out, or did someone move from London and realise they had this and they didn't want it anymore? The best way for someone wouldn't get hold of it was to throw it into the river and hopefully forgotten about. Was it even used as a murder weapon? Don't know. But there's history behind it. It's like anything you find, there's some kind of history. And if you find an iron bar, what's the bar made for? Was it manufactured and made for like building? What kind of building was it made for? How many of the same item was made under that same manufacturer? How many did they roll off the production line? You know, it's all history. So I'm not a history buff, but it's kind of interesting to find out, you know, some of the details and the history behind some of this stuff. So where else can you actually go magnet fishing? Well, as I said, fishing lakes, rivers, moats, you know, which is where a castle once had a moat. Old, very, very old, kind of like Roman or Norman forts, which might have had a moat around it and still has the moat, but the fort's completely disappeared now. It's probably been knocked down. Could just be wasteland. How about forests where they got like little lakes there, hidden lakes, hidden rivers. You know, people used to live in the old forests in the olden days. Maybe they used to use that water to cook their food, drink from. You have people making like furnace to make the swords and stuff like that. They had to use water there. People cost water. Could have dropped coins. could have dropped like weapons when they went off to fight. You know, there's so many different places. Here in the UK, there's just too much construction going on. You know, there's hardly any kind of like Greenland left in the London area. It's all been like renovated over. You know, it's. I know there's like some parks here, but you know they're not all that big. They're very small parks, and the lakes in them are quite small. Now, just think how big they might have been 100 years ago. You know, they could have been lakes 5 times bigger. The land was all open, and many people cost land and lost coins and swords and you know anything metallic, metal. And it's all hidden underneath us now because of all the buildings and you know factories and high-rise buildings and railway stations and bus stations and stops and all that kind of shit. It's all buried, hidden, forgotten. You're never going to find it again. Shame, really. You know, you can try to see, but you know, down on the coast, you ain't going to really find much with a magnet, I don't think. Unless, like, you know, you're over in Normandy and you pull a great big like 500k pull magnet out and you throw it in the water, and then you might pull out a fucking like German bomb or something, or a few grenades, or a shitload of ammo. Because don't forget, Normandy had a very big battle over there, didn't they? And a lot of people ditched their stuff on the actual coast, and a lot of it's probably been swept out to sea. It still comes in and out when the actual current changes. So where else can you try? What can you try? Not many other places really in the UK. You could try rivers along the railway, you know, along railway tracks, because people might like chuck stuff out, you know, as they're going past the river. Might get someone who had a big argument with their boyfriend. They phone a mobile phone out and their keys to the flat and you know ring or something. You know, I found a load of keys and I found a load of padlocks. God knows how many keys I found at the moment. Probably about 20 keys, about half dozen padlocks. Um, and yeah, like you know, if you go to shit, you know, I was at Foxhall. Yeah, I actually went to Foxhall and I didn't go on the bridge to look at those padlocks. So I think on Foxhall Bridge you got all that great big kind of like run of padlocks where people go down and put a padlock on and like it's like a lover's bridge or something, yeah, something like that. And I was down and I forgot to go and check it out. Now someone actually asked me to go and check out Vauxhall, so they wanted me to find an actual padlock in the shape of heart. And I said, yeah, but there's loads of bloody heart fucking like padlocks there. She said, yeah, but I can tell you exactly where it is. I can send you a photo of where we put it. And like if I send you the key, could you remove the padlock if it's still there? And I could do that, but the thing is, like, when am I going to go to Vauxhall again next? I would like to go quite soon because, you know, if I can get that permit, Vauxhall's a pretty good place to actually do that mudlarking. You know, especially when the tide's out, you walk along the stony beach and you'll find a lot of stuff down there. And if I do go down there, then I can always try and find that padlock. So I'll have to try and remember who asked me if I can do that for her. I've got an idea of the name, but I can't. I know it is, but I can't remember. Toxie, I think, the first name. Female goes on at Will's channel. So I'll have to have a word with her and say that I was down Foxhall, but I didn't go on the bridge, but I will be going down there again soon. So she wants to send me the key and some details and a little bit towards the travel cost, and that'd be fine. I can do that. That's it really. Can't think of any other places. If you know of any other places, put them in the comment. Be interested to find out. Other places I could probably go to. Kind of stuff. Using the old magnet. But I'm gonna go because it's like 1:45, and I want to get up really early, about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So I want to go back up to London. The tide goes out about 9 o'clock, I think it was, tomorrow morning. And I'll be up there and just have a quick walk along the beach and see if I can find anything. I'm actually hoping to go to Blackfriars, and I'm taking my magnet with me as well, so I can still do a little bit of magnet fishing if the tide's still in. And if it is out when I get there, then I'll walk around for an hour or so, do a bit of the old eyeball searching, and then if I can find anything, I'll bring it home. But the rules are, like if you do mudlarking, you've got to report it. Any fines, you've got to let the London Thames Authority know what you have found. But all I really want to find is a fucking clay pipe. That's my main goal. Full length, one piece clay pipe, and that'll make me happy. And there's one other thing I've been trying to look for, and I know it's going to be bloody hard, but I know people have found them with magnets. I'd love to find a whole horseshoe, and that would make my day. If I can find a whole horseshoe somewhere, that's going to be brilliant. I think you'll probably find those more on like rivers where you had those little barges going along. Because in the olden days, horses used to pull the barges, and many horses have probably like thrown a shoe and landed in the water. If I found any other weapons, like proper handguns, more recent ones, I would like to keep it, but I probably might have to actually report it to the police and let them deal with it, because it could be, a proper murder weapon. Any knives, depend on what kind of knife it is. If it's like a little pocket knife, I'll keep them. But if it looks like a Bowie knife, which someone could use as a proper murder weapon, then I'll probably hand that into the police as well, because it might have bloodstains on it. Because I've known through stories that even if someone was to kill someone with a knife, it doesn't matter how badly they wash that knife off, any of they throw it in the river, those knives still have little micro, and blood can get into those little micro holes, and they can be there indefinite. And if you wash your knife or threw your knife in the water, and it's been in water for a century, it's still got blood on it. If it was a murder weapon, and they could probably use that, if they found that there was blood on it, they can go through the DNA and find out if it's human, and they could try that if anyone was murdered with that same DNA. If it was, then it's kind of a clue for the police to open the case up and go back down to that river and dredge it and see if there's any other kind of belongings like ID, passports, travel cards, with ID, anything with an ID on it, So that's the kind of stuff I would hand in, like a gun, a proper gun, and like a Bowie knife or a big kitchen knife or something, yeah. And any live ammunition, I'll probably hand in. Grenade or a bomb, I wouldn't fucking if I pulled a grenade out or a fucking bomb with my magnet, yeah, well, yeah, I'll just ring the fucking police and say I think I just pulled a live bomb out, and they'd come down, and if they think they need to call a bomb squad, they'd come down. I'll worry about losing my fucking magnet. I can always get a new magnet and piece of fucking rope. Screw that. I don't want to be getting a bunch of shit. So, you know, and I have seen people pull out bombs and grenades with magnets. I've watched the YouTubes, even with knives and guns, you know, people in the UK. And I've seen a guy who works in Scotland. He pulled out a fucking medieval sword, but that big. It still had the metal kind of like handle on it. I don't know if they used bone or wood handle, but that had gone. But there's still a natural metal handle to it, so you know you can pick it up. And it's in very good, you know, pristine condition as well, hardly rusted. And the guy was well happy to see that. And I'm pretty sure he's blade on his wall. I think it's called Scottish Red Hunter or something. So you know it's worth checking out some of the Scottish ones. But yeah, that's it really. If you know any other places what might be worth doing magnet fishing, let us know. And if you want to jump on a hang out and talk to us sometime, leave it on a comment and I'll try to arrange a day and time for you to come on and have a chat and we do a live stream. I know I can talk on. I know I can be boring, be fascinating. Sometimes it's like worth listening about, you know, some of the stuff I do find can be interesting finds and can hold some kind of like historical information behind them. And I would like to see more people actually do live streams like this as well, who does like magnet fishing. So guys, I'm going to go. Going to make myself one quick cup of coffee, then I'm going to go to bed. I've not eaten all day actually, apart from 6 packets like those little pork cracklings. But I'm not too worried. I'm not too hungry. I want to get to bed early, so I can wake up for about 6, 7 o'clock, so I can get out and get up to London Bridge. Well, not London Bridge, Blackfriars Bridge for about 9 o'clock when the tide goes out, and then I can walk along the coast. Well, not the coast, the actual beach part when the tide goes out. And if I find anything, I'll let you guys know. So I probably will be doing a video of it. And if the tide is in, then I'll just like hang around for a little while, do a bit of magnet fishing, see the tide goes out. Because I might miss the tide, it might have already gone out and be back in when I get there, I don't know. I did check on the tidal thing, but it said 9 o'clock, I think, when it goes out. And it can take up to about an hour to go out, you know, completely. But then you've only got a couple of hours to walk along that shoreway to, you know, do any kind of like mudlarking, walking around, finding anything, pottery, clay pipes, anything metal, whatever, you know. So I definitely want to do that tomorrow, Sunday. And I will do a video of it. So whether it being like mudlarking or magnet fishing, Blackfriars, I'll do that. I could be doing both, don't know. And after I'm going to go down to Clapham Common again and do some more magnet fishing down here for a couple of hours. Right, so if you've got any comments, please jot them down. Let us know any other place you might think of magnet fishing. I'll check them out. If you know of any good places, you know, like where I live, any kind of like rivers or lakes in the Surrey area, Sutton, Surrey, let us know and I'll Google it and I'll check it out. Okay, cheers. Catch you later. Stop boring you now.